Hi, welcome to another new channel. We are at my new casa. So that is exciting. And today we're going to talk about our energy field. Are we going forward or backward? We have notes. We always have notes here. If you're new to our channel, subscribe and join us. We talk everything Jesus technology here and improving our lives and waiting for other people to do what they do. Okay, so our notes. With our energy field, the stronger and more pronounced and intense that we have an inner emotion, and the stronger and more quantumly attached we are to a person, place, thing, situation, memory that we're perceiving or thinking on, or embodying within how we're thinking on it, or re-embodying something from the past. We are energetically attached to our past through these entangled bonds. So energetic connections can persist even without conscious thought or contemplation. They are able to be subconscious, and because these are energy bonds, chords, frequencies, they often exist more so in our subconscious, physiological and quantum levels rather than through active mental awareness and focus. So entanglement is where two people or a person and a place or a person and a memory system each mirror and match and reflect each other, causing energetic notes are scrambled up in this section. Energetic causing energetic former energetic proximity or awareness to these quantum ties via shared emotionality or energetic frequencies. So we are attached to whoever in our past through the similar experiences that we've shared, be it a place or a person. So if we're attached to a place, the familiarity of the area, the feeling that you get of the locals, there's an energetic connection there. So a person remains connected to these bonds and energetic ties via subconscious and emotional memory. The body remembers and stores these long term, and the mind isn't actively thinking about them. Even when we're not actively recalling or thinking about a person, place, or situation, the body's central nervous system, the inner physiological tree of life, and its heart and brain connection may still be synchronizing identity fuel with these people, places, or things. And a person can still be experiencing sudden, unexplicable, or unprocessed moods, sensations, or ideas regarding these things. So the energy that we're attaching to these memories, people, places, is fuel. Energy burns, so we need energy to survive and give us energy to do things. So when we're thinking, we're burning energy, but in a wasteful way. We want to focus on doing it in the more productive way, the intentional way. So people can share vibrational resonance and frequency. I can share it with people in my life, you can share it with people in your life, and not only can we literally do. That's what humans do, whether we choose to or not to. We're exchanging energy vibrations and sharing them. So if these vibrations are identical between the two people, such as two people have a meaningful hug or handshake, and they're linked regardless of distance now, forever, regardless of conscious focus. And this remains a deep, unconscious, unspoken bond for life until we deal with the energetic bonds. So choosing what we want in our life, being intentional, opposed to what we don't want, we can move these bonds around and create a new conscious reality for our lives. So when we're not actively recalling it to mind, it's in our subconscious, so it's always working, it's always there. So if the interactional bond was created and never processed or released, it will continue to shape energetic identity, which then continues to influence all of our inner system processes. So non-locality, or the energy web, the matrix, is similar to entanglement, where particles stay connected regardless of distance, and two energy fields can remain linked through the web of connection, being the thought, emotion, and intention fields. These extra energy streams remain active and connected even if unconscious of them. This is how we can recall random things at times that may have happened decades or years ago, and we didn't even try to purposely remember them, but something jogs our memory, and hey, we remember something from long ago, whether important, trivial, or not. It's like always keeping an active desktop open with all the icons we ever used, and until we think on one, which is to say open it, it stays closed and hidden on the desktop, but nonetheless it stays there until we delete it or move it or whatever we're going to do with it. So in Scrooge's case, we're going to pick on Scrooge today. These are called ghosts of his past, and he hadn't dealt with his energetic connections until he was forced to clean up his desktop, so to say. So physiological synchronization occurs when two people share heartbeat rates and heart responses, i.e. with spouses, or prenatally with a mother child in the womb, or between family members having the same love for family or life experiences. We share heartbeats and heart rates in synchronization with each other, and this is physiologically. So through the heart-brain connection. These physioenergetic syncs continue to cause identical responses and identical heart rates when those memories are either recalled or triggered subconsciously. So recalled purposefully or triggered. They continue to be in sync between myself and the other person, or so I can be here and a family member across the world, and I can jog my memory of a certain thing we've experienced, and my heart rate and heartbeat response goes to recall that memory, and on the other side of the world, my family member, knowingly or unknowingly, is now that is coming back to them as well. So these connections are often felt as a knowing or a pull, an inclination, an urge, an unction, and women have extra intuition ability by nature of being emotion-oriented beings, and can feel energetic bonds, ties, connections, good or bad, and can sense these things way before they occur, way before they're near, or also that which is not seen, but underlying in a person's aura and energy field. So a female egg is able to choose an exact sperm it resonates best with in the process of creation. So previously it was thought that the sperm chooses the best sperm wins. No, the female intuition resonates, syncs with the best matched sperm. It's not even the one that is most suited to, physically fit or tall, or it's none of that. It's what resonates with the egg. So women have this at the deep biological level. We leave and create energetic imprints and footprints and blueprints depending on our intentionality or defaults by virtue of being just energy bodies on Earth as we're created to be. So empaths, these guys, us, we have been either hijacked or diminished energetically and emotionally, and so have a harder time closing our energetic circuitry to predator energy users. It's like leaving a door ajar, an energetic door, and our energy is going out to people. So there is a wound there. To change our life trajectory, our overall life trajectory, where we're going, what we want to do, who we want to be, to change all of that, to shed the reptilian subconscious skin, the default software system within, and enter our enlightened pineal and higher mind operating system softwares. The shift in this paradigmatic realm of conscious thought and intentional effort is not efforting, not dwelling on, but it's more of a catch and release, and ebb and flow, and intend, and then embody, and then live as or from. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Are we here? Okay, they're not coming. When we put our energy systems into our future selves and lives, we live forward into the new that we want. However, when we ruminate on the past energy connections and energetic memories, both consciously or by default, the sleep versus wake states, we project our energy field and systems to places in the past, and we stay stuck going backwards, not forwards, whether we know it or not. So the addiction to such as nostalgic emotion, which is also a field, it's a field in our past, and we can be addicted to the nostalgic emotion field of that past, and what most is what we come to most identify with in life, from our early years on. So we believe and identify with it, that it's just who I am, it's just who we are, just what we're about, how life is made, how life has made me. It's like if a worker showed up to work and stood there remembering and feeling yesterday's events and tasks and left it at that. That's not going to move today's energetic work tasks. Looping, the loop-de-loo, like, look, she's a little loopy. We've all been. Looping is making the same mental. The train. What else is going to be exciting? Looping is making the same mental and or unconscious choices based on default. That's a fast train. Based on default or prior internal data. So when we loop back to the same mental and unconscious choices that are on default, the defaulted internal data we've been conditioned or experienced to believe, or so it's a keep coming back, a revolving door, looping back to that energy field of the past. This is where the self-sabotage, the inner critic, the self-sabotage, all these inner monsters in our boats, right, walk in. They just walk right through and into our present, and they self-sabotage in this gray area between conscious and the subconscious selves, the past, present, or future, between the past and the present or future. So this is where we may try to take one step forward but end up 10 energetic steps and situations backwards. And it's also where insanity of doing the same actions keeps getting us the same results when we expect different outcomes. We must unloop and get off the mountain we may have been going in circles on, and do this by using intentional future energy to exit and get to the new destination. To do this, we require to lower our energetic volume on former thoughts, former emotions, and former memories. So instead of defaulting to intense fear or intense panic of a problematic person or situation or memory, or like when I think of that person, I just get mad, or when I think of that, it just extreme emotion. Or oppositely, we feel complete favor for something. Oh, I just love that person. I don't know why. I just feel like I need to be in that place every time I see it. Instead, if we lower the volume of those energetic signatures, which are default signatures, through focused practice, intentional desire to make a shift occur, such as, which would be, I'm not going to throw all my love anymore at that entire person in its entirety, but I can pick maybe one or two attributes or qualities that I like, and then begin practicing appreciating the quality or attribute of that person, how they make me feel, why that quality resonates with me. Practice feeling it, appreciating it in a lower toned intensity, energetic signature intensity and frequency, until it no longer feels fanatical, that there is no longer just no abandon, and the signature is lowered and stabilizes when we think of that person or place or thing. So it takes practice to do such a thing. So it's the difference between being such as a screaming, jumping concert fan to being a relaxed, energetically, emotionally, mentally, to being able to relax energetically, emotionally, and mentally, and decide I'm just going to enjoy and sway calmly to the music instead of being all crazy. There's a lowering of intensity. So lowering the energy bands and chords attachments, they're vibrational oscillations. They literally, energy oscillates. So if it's fast and slower, it's calmer. So lowering the volume or the oscillations will bring our energy back into our own energy fields and give us our power back. This is especially important in trauma work, shadow reintegration, and healing inner core wounds and memories. So it's choosing to stop making money rain on the other person, so to say, or the external past, and saving that money now into our own account energetically, by taking or pulling our energy field back into our own selves, and then taking it another step and embodying it, or redirecting that top up that was just returned to us, of available energy, and redirecting it into our preferred forward intentional use of it. Those things must be so much fun. Calling our energy back, I mean, they're not fun when we're doing videos, but so calling our energy back and recalling our energy field is measurable. It rebuilds the auric electromagnetic field and the halo for our enlightenment around the body. So when the rainbow is back within our field, we have a full rainbow supply. That is energy to heal and to run with and to fly with, to create new reality and future with. So the act of taking attention off the emotion, off of the person and place or mental imagery, recalls that energy by lowering the usurping of it. What we focus on gets energetically bigger. So if we focus on a problem, all of our patience, all of our patient energy runs out, and now is going into that problem, and it's growing the problem's energetic field bigger. So we create our own giants in that manner by thinking about the problems and the situations and the problematic people. Our body has physiologically addicted to those former emotions, such as anger, disgust, hatred, jealousy, and all the impulsive or negative frequency base emotions. They're very low on frequency scale. So when we lower the volume of these energetic chemical reactions, the oscillations is slowed. We have to wean, like an addict of chemical, that the body, wean the body into a new behavior of forward energetic living. So we're weaning from the former chemical oscillation to the new version of it, new dose of it, lower dose, but same chemical, but a different signature, different use of it. Or being constructive with anger, releasing the anger in a proper way, such as instead of hands flying, we need to maybe do some kickboxing or gardening. Our body has been using people, places, things to reaffirm or confirm our addiction to the hatred or the anger or whatever was perceived as love or loving or accepting of us. So these have all been chemicals. And these subconscious addictions, we're not aware of them. All the things in our past, we're not active. It's not on our desktop on the daily basis. But those emotions are all oscillating in there. They're waiting to feed. They were created to protect our inner physiological core rainbow, our core energy field. When it was wounded as children and any time in our life thereafter, we filled that wound, those energetic leakages through the first default available chemical reaction. So if it was anger, we have since created dozens or hundreds of loop scenarios to replenish that anger chemical, just so we can function and fill the energy leak. We have built narratives of identity around this, and it's just how we would think it's just how I am. I hate people, or I hate this thing, or I hate that place, or that smell, or that taste, or texture, or color, and just we have all this chemical dependency on our stubbornness and our egoic ideologies of life, of who we are, of our identity. So we've bypassed normal energy processing, release work, and reintegration of the energy field. So our 0 to 100 extreme has mainly been dichotomous, black and white. There's been no in between. So what we need here, the in between, is the gray area. It's the gap of reintegration, where we can practice different volumes and doses of weaning and new projections of the needed energy. So we need that in between. People have been so rigid and they're just unwilling to bend, and so the tree breaks in the storm, and people lose all kind of opportunities and for lack of having an in-between or being flexible or reasonable, that all those are the realm of the in-between of consciousness and subconsciousness. So we bypass, we did that. The in-between gray area, yes, here we are. The liminal area this is a liminal area, and it's where the ancients and mystics conquered their fear of death. They practiced subconscious ego death and transformed and transcended into conscious love and light bodies and rainbow body living. And every culture has practices and mythologies and stories and culture of these practices of how they're done, how they've been done. This is where the law of attraction masses, all of us fun people who have taken that liminal path, have been camping out, practicing everything pertaining to us of how to manifest a new reality. So we've done that. But here we use Jesus' technology because he actually shows us how to do that, and it actually came from him. So we have a few more tools in our box than maybe others just in the LOA alone have. So manifestation is not a magic trick. It's a process. And it means energy that we've lost is now re-embodied and is fully manifest within ourselves. So now we can use that buoyant energy, so our low base emotion existence, our reptilian that we've been living, we feel so low to the ground, and we raise that energy field supply back up and we're buoyant. We feel, wow, on top of our game, and life is great now. In situations where we formerly had problems. Now I can use that buoyant energy, we can use it to leap across the great divide, the gap in our promised situations and our promised lands, between our promised lands. So we are almost concluding on night 1, on the first night that we attempt to do this. New spiritual warriors on the warpath. We are going to attack that ego, and we're gonna be brand new tomorrow. Yes, we've all been there. On night 1 in this subconscious camp, it's like being in the camp of the enemy. The body pleads its case. So my mind might be going here, but my body's trying to go there, wherever. Saying, mentally, the ruminations, the looping, we may not be speaking it, but we're thinking it, we're feeling it, sometimes consciously, but a lot more subconsciously. Well, I've been conditioned this way, or I'm just not good enough, and I don't know if this will work, or if I'll be able, or no one else ever did that. It gives all the million reasons why we can't lower the volume and wean the chemical into a new direction. It just don't want to budge. The shadow self is pretty stubborn, but we got to reintegrate it into a new use. So these conditions of the ego and of the subconscious, these are conditions, like these are the conditions you will live by. It's giving us conditions. However, these are based on the past energetic bonds that it has been addicted to, it has been accustomed to, used to, all that it knows. And just like a drug addict, which we all are in one chemical way or another, I wouldn't call them all drugs, but yeah, chemical addicts of life. And just like that, the body says, hey, we're off of the schedule here. We need a hit of anger. We need a gallon of adrenaline. Whatever it is. So now the body and the reptilian brain start influencing the minds and controlling the body's desires and mental windows of tolerance. I got 5 minutes before I need to go and do this thing because I'm so mad. So the window of tolerance is cut down to, whereas if we're calm, I might just walk away. But with the addiction pressing in upon us of the chemical, we need anger, we need the fix, we need something. I need to be jealous, or I need to be hurt, and poor me, I need to be depressed. Whatever the addiction is pressing upon the body. The window of tolerance is now, I'm going to snap in 1 minute, or I'm going to go impulsively do this thing or buy this or that, because there's no logic. We are down in reptilianville land of the brain, and it controls the desires and mental windows of tolerance, and starts how we think about emotions, and it starts re-experiencing the loops that are locked as strongholds in our brain software. So where the reptilian attention goes, any energy left goes, even if we sabotage ourselves and our situations. So Romans 7:15-25, what Paul is saying, our great brother Paul, and I just absolutely love Paul, and that's probably not a bad thing. For what I want to do, I do not do, but what I hate, I do. So we want to change our life, but the looping reptile hamster cage circus is going on, and the chemicals are like fiending for our life and wanting us to do, which we already know things. I hate spending money on this thing. I hate having to go talk to this person, because every time there's a problem, we hate the things, but we do them. And that's what we want to do. We want to perfect videos, but we just can't seem to always do it. So we want to live and transform and transcend our life into the future as a new creation. We want to have a new life, manifest new realities. And so are we projecting energy? Mind you, my notes are still here. So are we projecting our energy field forward or backward? It's a matter of conscious choosing, and that's the processes that's involved, what it looks like, where it's at, where it ain't, where it should be and shouldn't be, and using the Jesus technology that's within. We have all of the word to rely on to, help us if we need more work, breaking energetic bonds and soul ties with negative people. Okay, if these are bad people, and Jesus says, not to talk to these wicked kind of people or give our pearls to these terrible kind of people, then we know we need to stop. So pulling that energy back, weaning ourselves off of running headfirst or headlong into the situations, slowing down, changing our energetic field, and our belief systems, our thought processes, and choosing to reintegrate that former energy, unabandoned, with new energetic intentions. So instead of talking to people who don't appreciate us or value us, or narcissistic situations where energy vampires are just sucking the life force right out of our energy fields and our aura and diminishing it and turning this into that, well, I'm going to put that energy into people who provably enjoy talking with me, or we should be making some plans here at this point. I'm just sharing the information, and hopefully that resonates with you, and we will see you you and hear you on the next video.